Well, we're back down to earth. The streak is over. And back to reality tonight. Welcome to the fan cams. After the Blues get absolutely, I mean, demolished, outclassed, outplayed, well beaten by a much better football team tonight. It was 6 goals, 3, 39 to 15 goals, 13, 103. Down by 64 points in just, a familiar tale against the Hawks. They just continue their way against us, don't they? That was a cold, miserable, uncomfortable night to be at. Torrential rain, frustrating early, and then I think bottom line, I can't complain about too much in the sense of you just get beaten by the better team. Full credit to Hawthorn. Way too good. They were organised. They were clinical. The way that they set up behind the ball, the way they set up at stoppage. I don't know how those of you who watched at home, how it looked compared to what it looked like. I mean, to be fair, I could barely see anything in the first quarter, maybe even the first half, given how much it was raining. It was just a bit of a slog. I don't recall going to the footy and seeing conditions like that for a long time. But that's that. And this is the fan cams. We'll unpack all of it. A few things to get through. I don't know the update on George Hewitt. I obviously wasn't watching the broadcast, so I haven't heard any commentary around it. We'll touch on him. But yeah, if you want to call in, please feel free. Feel free to call in, share your thoughts. The link is just there in the live chat. I'll post it from time to time in the live chat. All you got to do is just click the link. We go into the waiting room and I'll bring you in and we'll unpack it all. All right. Let's, you know what? We'll start in Brooklyn. Sorry, no, Ben in Brooklyn, who's in Portugal. Hello, Ben.
Hey, Terry. How you going? Can you hear me?
I can now.
All right, good. You dried off?
Yeah, just my hair is all over the place, but yeah, it was a very wet night.
Never seen anything like that. That was
Yeah.
just incredible. What do you think of the game?
Just well beaten. I mean, there's levels, and that's the level. That's the level we got to get to. That's a top 4 contender right there, and we're not that, and they are that. And that's what top 4 teams do when they have a very bad performance the week before. They respond, and yeah, they find a way. I was very impressed with Hawthorn, and it just was a reminder of
Yeah,
how far behind we are.
they're with Impey and Amon back in, they just don't look like a team to be taken lightly. And the commentary, at least in the first 2 quarters, was these teams are both struggling in the wet, but Hawthorn is just so well drilled and so experienced, and they just know what to do around the ball, behind and in front of, like how to position themselves in that kind of weather. And we just didn't. And that's, a lot of young guys, and that's fine. I guess I'm the first on, so I'm going to be the first one to bring up the worst umpiring decision in history.
That was a howler. That was an absolute howler.
In the replay, you can hear him say, "Play on."
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's just no.
What happened? Has he just lost his mind? Because he was the one that called play on and then called the 50 as well. That was, yeah.
Wow. I don't know. And that might have sucked a little of the energy out, at least in the first quarter, because at that point we were still in it. But once the conditions got better, they just took us apart. And it's not a matter of personnel, it is a matter of levels, like you said.
Yeah. Look, as angry, I was very frustrated, as well as most of the Carlton supporters in my bay and around the stadium, especially in the first quarter. I think, the belief's still there. By the end of the game, I'd quickly forgotten about those howlers just because, I mean, the game was live. It was there to be won or lost, and
yeah,
it just
didn't end up mattering. But Jared Waitley is going to be breathing fire on Monday. I'm sure of that.
Well, he better be.
Yeah, there's just no. I just don't. I can't even imagine what goes through your head when you do that. Like, call play on, and then you call the stand rule and give a 50. In weather like that, incredible. But I thought, as far as players, we tried. We weren't at the level. I think Eisen probably really does need a break. He really needs a break at this point. He tried a bunch, and you could just see his confidence is gone right now, very low. Taylor Burns' confidence is pretty high, as it should be. He is.
Yeah, he just keeps impressing.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of a difference it would make, but I mean, we were calling where we were sitting. It was like, how did Blake Acres not play in this game? It was it was a game with the conditions, just for a player like him who can play on the outside, but also has the strength to break through tackles and lay tackles.
Yeah, and losing Hewitt, I mean, he is one of the best players we've got in those kind of conditions too. That definitely made, you could argue that was maybe the margin in the end of just having one of our best wet weather players out, and they just kept going. Blake Hardwick is an animal. That guy is an animal. I don't know when he got that good, but my God, he's incredible.
I mean, Hawthorn is just a culmination of good recruiting.
Yeah,
I think they were playing. I mean, yes, they did have injuries and they had outs, but they're still a very good team. That tonight was just a reminder of what a good system does. As long as Will Day's playing in that midfield, the way that they set up is fine. I mean, Flynn Riley gets his first game in. Don't know many rucks that have to play their first game in that sort of condition. So up against it a bit. Yeah.
Do you think Pitto would have done any better? I don't personally. I just don't think the weather was. I thought Riley did great.
Yeah, listen. For his first game, I saw some good signs. I mean, Meek still was the dominant ruck on the night. I don't think he throws around Pitto and just position. There's also a positioning element too, and a synergy element to the midfielders, and we just didn't have that. I thought our midfield was very much beaten again 2 weeks in a row now.
Yeah. So. I hope I want to see the response next week. I always had this as a loss. I was hoping we'd be more competitive than we were, but it wasn't a surprise that we lost to Hawthorn to me. I was hoping this was going to be like the first real test since, Geelong was maybe a test, but also we always just seem to get it done with them. So it's hard I never want to take too much away from that one, but this was a test, and it shows exactly where we are. And I hope we can beat Collingwood next week, because that would really, I think, stamp our credentials as wild card ready. They're playing well. They've got crazy injuries, and they've got the best player in the comp that they try to put everything through. So maybe we can figure out some way to stop him. But
yeah,
lovely. I'll let you go. Thank you, Terry, as always. And just an idea, you should really maybe try to set up a network around the world of blues or blue-friendly bars.
It's not a bad shout.
Yeah.
Leave it with me. I'll put it on my to-do list. I don't mind it.
Right on. Cheers.
Have a good night. See ya. Gav.
Terry.
The streak ends.
I'm probably going to come at it. Yeah, well, I'm probably going to come at it from a different lens. Like, with all due respect to the other caller, I think, we should be able to compete with Hawthorn. And I think a few things went against us tonight, like obviously the weather, Hewitt going down in the second quarter. That didn't help us at all. We lost Pitto, our ruckman, had Flynn come in for his first game. It pissed rain. It was just a perfect storm for this shit fucking soulless club Hawthorn to come and knock us over again. Their pissant fans just come out every time they play us, and You know, they got, I just think they're a shit club and we're better than that. So I think next time we play them, we'll carve them up. But, we've got to go in like winners. We've got to think like winners. What's the point in, coming out each week and going, oh, I thought we're going to lose to Hawthorn. No, fuck them. We're a club that wins. That's what we've got to think like now. We can't be just going in. Even next week, we got Collingwood. We're a winners club. And like for all the other callers that are going to get on tonight, like don't piss and moan and fucking, carry on and pick at players and stuff. We're a club that needs to start growing up, and the supporters need to grow up too, and just we're winners and start to think like winners. That's otherwise we're just going to be down in the dumps all the time. We're going to start picking on players and shit. We've already had one, like Charlie Curnow left the club because he got notes put on his fucking car and stuff. Like, come on, get around the club. Like, we have to grow up. Seriously.
Yeah, we can't. It's good. We can't like throw tantrums every. I mean, yeah, every time we lose, there is that.
Every time we lose, we just can't throw a tantrum. It's just this is what happens every time. And I watch these. I watch your fan cams religiously, and this is the first year I've actually started to jump on here and like have a bit of a say. But yeah, I'd sit there seething, watching it, and just like looking at people having a whinge and a cry and stuff, and it's just like fucking hell. Like we've just won 7 on the trot. It pissed rain, torrential rain. Like you're watching on the telly, just going, oh, I've never seen it rain like that, like on the TV. So
never.
And it's typical of this piss and poo-coloured bloody club to get us on a night like that. Like, stuff you, Hawthorn. I hate him. Seriously. I'll never forget, like, I actually went to a game, it was like 2015, round 17 or something, when they beat us by like 135 points or something, I think, and their stupid fucking banner, like, they ran out and it said something like, it was "Tonight we feast," and they pumped us. And I've never forgiven them for that. I'm just like, stuff you arrogant pricks. Like, yeah, hopefully, like I love seeing Melbourne smash them last week, and hopefully they get smashed next week. Yeah. Like, I'm not accepting a loss today and just going, oh, I thought we're going to lose to Hawthorn. No, I didn't. I thought we're going to win.
Yeah, so did I.
Sorry, I'm going off tap here, but yeah,
no, mate, I love it.
I don't accept a loss. I'm sorry, and yeah, I'm not a sore loser either. But yeah, I just don't want to, like, there's no excuses. We played like shit. We played poor, but like, let's pick our bundle up, and next week we come out and towel up that other grotty club from bloody suburb next door. Like,
oh, mate. Yeah, it's look, we'll see. The team did. We just got out of that
poor.
7.
It was
yeah.
It was poor. Yeah, I'm not going to make excuses for that, but yeah, it's more like just being able to win with, like feel like we're a winners club rather than just coming in and just thinking like losers all the time. So
yeah. No, look.
But yeah, what was your thoughts on the game anyway? Sorry, I just had to get that off my chest.
No, like I said earlier to Ben, I just think there's so much for a team like that. Hawthorn, like they're top 4. Like that's a top 4 contender.
True.
And there's just levels that we still have to get to, which is not a shock to me. I'm like you. I went into the game. I thought, yeah, we'll win. It'll be tight, but this could be the one we actually finally beat Hawthorn. But I must say, like, to lose like that just shows you like the gaps. Yeah. Are we that much worse than Hawthorn? I guess we are tonight. That the scoreboard doesn't lie. Look, just got to make sure that it doesn't break the team. I thought we were pretty disconnected tonight. I thought there was just
the first half, the umpiring in the first half was like as bad as I can remember. It was like I was texting my dad. We usually just call after the game, but I'm like, this is like bordering on corruption. Like, it was so bad. It was just pathetic. and it's like, yeah, it's you can't make excuses with umpiring. Like Hawthorn were the better side of the night, but geez, it didn't help us. Like them getting probably 3 goals. The first 3 goals were from poor umpiring decisions. So that just got them off to got the tails up, and it was just one of those performances that just went downhill from there. And we're a young side, and we're still trying to understand, probably how to come back from things like that. And we dropped our bundle tonight. But I guess, it's all about how you respond next week. And that's what I want to see. I just want to see us come out and hopefully, just turn it around. And because I watched Collingwood last night and they didn't look like anything special. Like, geez, North they just really kicked themselves out of it. They probably should have beaten by like 6 goals, but they dropped their bundle too. And I'm just hoping we turn it around next week and come out and put in a performance that we can be proud of again. So
no better team to respond next week to than Collingwood.
But then, it's just all about the way that we carry on after this. It's just like, we got done, but we just got to move on and think of ourselves, like think of that winning mentality and just not go down that rabbit hole of being negative and, I told you so and this and that. I could see this loss coming. Like, no, fuck off. No. I just don't, like, you know what I mean? I hate that shit. I just think that's a loser's way to think.
Yeah, I get you.
Anyway, hopefully the rest of the callers take note and they just they start to think like winners, because we're a proud club and we want to get back to that proud sort of mentality and that winners mentality. So, but I'll leave you with it anyway. So,
all right, mate. Thank you very much for that.
Again, I thought I come on all the wins, so I've got to come on the losses too.
Mate.
Like I got to come.
We're on the journey this
I'm
year,
not a
mate.
loser. So we're not out of it. We'll come back next week. So 17 flags, number 17, still there. I'm still got hope. So why not?
Good on you. Thanks, Gav.
All right. See ya. Go Blues.
See ya, mate. Go Blues. All right. Tom. Hey, mate.
Hey, mate. What's going on?
I'm good. Before I get started with you, were you at the game?
No, I didn't go tonight.
Can you tell me what happened to Hewitt? What exactly happened and when did it happen?
So, could not tell you. In about 10 minutes into the first quarter, Del Santo was the boundary rider and just said, Hewitt's not looking great. He just had some pain medication and then went down into the rooms. And then quarter time break, came back into the huddle, still didn't look great. And then they showed footage of him in the rooms, limping, looking really bad with a back injury. So, and that's the last that they reported on him.
But from was there a knock in a contest?
Didn't show a thing. I don't even know.
I didn't realize it was that early in the game as well. Yeah. I didn't.
They didn't show footage of a replay or anything. It was just the first bit of footage of him down the rooms. He looked really, really hampered by a lower back injury by the looks of it.
Oof. Scary stuff. Okay.
Yeah. No, not ideal. But, yeah, and out of all the guys to go down in a wet weather contested ball game, that was sort of the writing on the wall right then and there, I think, for the rest of the night, pretty much.
That's what when it was pissing down rain, I thought, all right, we'll just go back to Voss ball, put Chera back on the inside and just territory, just surge it. But to be fair, I think Hawthorn beat us at that game. They were able to lock the ball in their front half more than what we could, and it was a shame. It's the second week in a row. I mean, I know Chera was very good, like extremely good, maybe even one of the best players on the ground tonight.
He had 14 tackles. He
was excellent.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I think as a midfield hole, and again, I know Flynn Riley, first use, all that stuff, but second week in a row, that midfield group just their colours got lowered.
Yeah, and I mean, there were some positives. Like Joe Newcombe only had 5 touches in the first sort of quarter and a half. So he's their contested beast at the moment. He's the number 1 contested player in the AFL. So at that level, you sort of look at it and go, all right, they nullified their contested ball use, but when it was scrappy, they were just a little bit cleaner. Like, you know, you say what you say about Jack Ginnivan and, you know, with that 50-meter penalty and stuff that he got, but he was just a level above when the game was there to sort of, he was just doing the clever things, knocking the ball on, clean when he had to be, marking the ball. And we just missed those little opportunities. I think when the game was there to scrap and just sort of be in it, they just got that little bit of a gap. And then when the rain backed off, they had enough leeway to be flary. We had to be aggressive, go through the middle. It was just one of those days.
Yeah. What do you take from a performance like that?
I mean, you can take it as all the young kids will probably never play in a game of that wet weather footy ever again. So if it ever plays wet weather footy, they can always go, well, it's not as bad as that Hawthorn game. Like Flynn Riley, great first goal. He loved it. They got around him. But yeah, I just think like people jumping on guys like Jack Ison and Billy Wilson and sort of saying like, you know, he needs a rest, give him a break. Like the kid hasn't played in a loss. This was his first loss this week. And I know he hasn't been impactful and, you know, kicking 4 goals and doing all these things, but you don't change a winning method. Like now Fraser's got a reason to, you know, maybe give him a break and stuff like that, because if Fraser drops those guys 3 weeks ago and we lose 3 weeks ago, then people turn around and say, oh, why'd you drop these guys? Like you got to, it's just.
Yeah, I didn't mind Ison's game compared to a lot of other guys more senior to him.
Yeah.
Personally. I know he had some moments, but he's on a different trajectory right now to some of these other guys. Like I thought what we got from guys like Lockie Cowan, I thought Ollie Hollins, you probably put Brody Kemp in there. I know conditions are conditions, but you know, these guys, like even Cripps was down by his own standards. Like way more senior guys than Ison had poorer days.
Yeah,
and I'm 14 and he's lively around contests and all of that. That's fine for me.
And I'm not saying like, yeah, I'm not saying don't drop him because, you know, he might not deserve it or he might deserve it or not. But I know these last 7 weeks have been amazing, but we can't lose focus of the future of this club. Like we've got to stop being a footy club that's, oh, we just need to win now. We need the best for what's now. Dropping Jack Ison, yes, he might do him good for some form, but what's going to do him better for future is playing in games where he's got to play against Hawthorn. He's got to play on Blake Hardwick. He's got to play on these senior bodies. Yeah, he could go back and kick 4 goals in the twos and look amazing and then just come back in, but that doesn't help his development.
Yeah.
People were ragging on Billy Wilson a month ago that he was not hard enough at the contest, but now he's one of our most dynamic backmen, attacking, running, and he gets that playing in the seniors. So I understand he hasn't been impactful, nothing wrong with dropping him, but there's nothing wrong in the next 2 years with Jack Ison playing 50 games and having that sort of contrast of being ready to go. Like there's no point just him sitting there and we're not going to be playing for a premiership this year, but we could be in 2 years and he could be one of the main reasons that we are. That's the argument that I have in that situation.
Yeah. I took a note. There was the first passage of play from a ball up where we actually looked anything like the last 7 weeks was, I think it was in the 4th quarter where Walsh got out, played the sweeper role, and then handballed it forward to Jagger, who hit up. I think it was Ainsworth for that goal. That was the first time in the game. I mean, I get it, conditions, but that was the first time in the game where we looked somewhat clean. The Hawks were so prepared for us to try and switch it in the middle, which, again, conditions. But then when we tried to do it, they were there.
But just even little things like they adapted to the game a lot quicker. I feel like Carlton came in with a plan of how they were going to play Hawthorn. And then as soon as the rain hit, they were kind of like, oh, let's see if we can still do our handball game, try and, you know, bounce off, rebound 50. But Hawthorn were just They just went, nah, we're just going to lock it in our forward half and just keep pushing. And they eventually, the umpiring is what it was. It was pretty atrocious in that first quarter, but good teams make the umpires have to make those decisions, because the umpires then start to go, oh, this ball hasn't gotten out of this 50 for a long time. The AFL wants this game to be open. They want free flowing. Call something. Like, that's what the mindset of the umpires turns into. And teams like Hawthorn, teams like Freo, they know that. Good players know that that's what happens. And then they put their head over the ball. They get a free kick, little things like that. And that's just what our young and experienced guys will learn playing in these sort of games.
Yeah.
Like Dean, he got found out a bit tonight playing on a bigger Mitch Lewis, but he's going to be better for it as well. Like, it's just, you got to put these kids on the pressure cooker to get the experience. It's just how it is.
Yeah. It's a good point. Yeah.
Was it wet?
Oh, mate, was it wet? It was fucking wet. It was wet. So I got lucky. I had seats in the wet, level 1 out in the open, and it was like obviously pissing rain. And then we sat just before level, like just undercover, just before it starts getting wet. And we were just going to wait until we've got ponchos ready and everything, and we were going to wait until our seats were claimed and then move away. But nobody came to claim them, so we just sat there.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, I think it's just a good way to the club just to sort of reset and sort of just know where they are, and we were all getting ahead of ourselves, rightly so. We were the most informed team in the comp, but today's just a good way of just being like, yep, we're building towards something. We're not the finished product.
Yeah.
And I think nights like tonight bring you back to reality a little bit, in maybe not a way of like, you got to lose to, understand where you are. It's more just like, okay, we still weren't disgraced. Maybe the scoreboard said that, but no one took a backward step tonight. Cottrell going back with the flight of the ball was exceptional. He did not waver in any way. His final quarter was great. We just proved that, we still got some good guys in our team. And when the ball's rolling,
Mate, there's only 3 teams in the competition that have won 7 games in a row or more.
Exactly.
And we're not a top 4 team.
No, exactly. And it's like, we laid 97 tackles on Hawthorn. There's teams that can't even lay a glove on Hawthorn when they're up and going. So there's positives that you got to take out of a game like that. And I think Fraser will. He will say, it wasn't the day that we wanted, but Adam Chera almost getting 14 tackles. Jagger Smith still putting his head over the ball. Flynn Riley playing on a much bigger Lloyd Meek. Didn't disgrace himself at all in his first game. Yeah, it's just things you got to take out of it, and just go. Losing George Hewitt in the first 10 minutes, you can't prepare for losing a guy like George Hewitt in a game like today.
Yeah. Because we've lost, obviously, I'd be curious to see the reaction from the team, from Josh Fraser. How did he? Because I mean, this is a live look at what he can do as a head coach.
Yeah.
Again, whether he gets the job or not, irrelevant right now in this moment. So he hasn't been tested with a loss yet. So how he reacts to that, how team selection reflects it, how the team's spirit and energy reflects, the loss. I have no doubt they'll be up for it next week. It's Collingwood, of course. Of course they'll be up for it. We're in for a cracking contest next week. I do hope it doesn't rain next week. I hope we get a clean.
Yeah, so do I.
I can handle cold. I really can. But cold and wet like that, even even raining, I can handle.
Even rain. That wasn't rain tonight. That was torrential. That was apocalyptic.
That was a throwback. That was like way back when you're playing in puddles and you're kicking the ball and you could see the sprinkles of water off the boot.
There was puddles at the MCG. That's how you know it was wet. That ground drains like anything. But I think this is what the club needed. If Fraser just kept winning, they would have had no choice to give him the job. But now they finally get to see, all right, what does he do? How does he go? Anyone can sit in the coach's chair and win 7 games in a row and look like the greatest coach in the world.
Yeah.
But it's now, what can he do after the adversity, after, they've had their pants pulled down by a top 4 team. There's these things that he can show and show the club that maybe make them go, yeah, maybe this bloke is the way to go.
Yeah.
And we go again next week.
Well said, mate. Love it.
Right.
You take care. And
You too, mate. Try off.
Next week. I will.
We'll go on.
See
you,
ya.
mate.
Moondog with the $3 says, shows we are a long way off. More senior experience needed. Thank you, mate. All right. Zach Borg.
Tez, can you hear me?
I can, mate. Can you hear me?
I don't think I can hear you. I don't know.
You can't hear me?
I'll just get me back in. I'll get someone else in and then I'll. All good.
All right, mate. Ben.
Tez, what's going on?
You look warm, mate. You look very warm.
Oh, it was just a rough night at the footy, hey.
Yeah.
I had another jacket on as well and scarf, and it wasn't that cold, but just the rain, obviously, that's already been discussed. But it was a little bit disappointing, just the way we went down. Obviously, it didn't help with the umpiring that they obviously needed to do something about this stand rule. Like, it's already on the socials that the 50 to Gitterman, he's played play on, there's vision of that. Yeah, it's just frustrating when just thought we were behind the 8 ball just right from the start. Yeah, and I know the angle with these keeping these young players in. I don't mind that, but I would have liked to see Zach Williams at least play this game. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
I was thinking Akers more than anything, just from the standpoint of I don't know why he was dropped in the first place based on the form. You can make the argument about looking to the future. Ollie's a part of the future. Blake might not be, still contracted till next year. But to be honest, I can't think of too many players. I can't think of too much that would have been different at selection that would have changed that result in the end. It was I thought it was a disappointing loss. Of course, can pretty quickly put it into perspective, and we won 7 in a row, and like 8 in a row is just like madness, right? Considering what this team really is, which is not exactly a top 4 team, but it's also not a bottom 4 team. So it's somewhere in the middle. So I'm pretty quickly able to put it into perspective, but still, like right now, tonight, it's a disappointing loss. Disappointing to be picked apart for so long, and we couldn't score. We couldn't do a thing.
Yeah. No, spot on. That's the thing. We've won 7 in a row, and the response is, it was amazing from where we were. So I'm not going to forget that either. And yeah, it's just one game as well, so I don't want to go, smash them down for that. But yeah, you're right what you said before. It was some of the senior players that just did not perform. It wasn't Ice, and it wasn't Billy Wilson. It was players that have been around for a couple of years, and they just weren't there tonight. I don't know. It's just had an odd feeling that game. I don't know. I really wanted to beat them because I can't stand Hawthorn. Like I don't mind. Like Collingwood, yeah, okay, obviously, but Hawthorn and their supporters, they just think there's this massive arrogance about them, and they haven't won a flag for a while. Like they've lost multiple finals. Like they're not that good. Everyone's forgetting they should have lost by more last week against Melbourne. Like they kicked 1 goal to half time, and they were down by 80 points. So they're a top 4 side because they've got different levels and all of that, but they're also not there either. So I don't feel like we're that far off them either. Like obviously, they've got, and the conditions tonight suited their players. Like they're really experienced, and Gunston and Hardwick and all these players are just
mate, Blake Hardwick.
Yeah.
I thought he and Sicily tonight. Barris was good too, but the positioning of the Hawks defenders, the Hawks defenders had this inevitability about them. I know the conditions helped defending, but by the same token, it didn't help us. We conceded over 100 points, right? Yeah, 103 and 28 scoring shots. So, yeah, the Hawks' defense was, mate, that's elite. And they had players out of that defense that usually played.
They did. Weddle was still out. Yeah. It was just all that, like, I feel like it was all that uncontested ball on the wing. They were just doing it, like, really easy. Like, whenever we would, like, trying to go forward, it always just seemed to be rushed. There'd be players there to tackle us, and they just had freedom just to take territory. And, yeah, I don't know how much experience we've had in the wet. Like, I know it's a winter sport and all of that and training and whatever, but the last game that I remember is against Essendon, probably last year, I think. I don't know if you can remember another one where it's been raining like that much.
Not like that. I don't know if I've seen rain like that at a Carlton game in years.
Yeah.
I think
Do
maybe
you remember that Essendon game?
2017. Yeah, we wore the blue out Guernsey.
Yeah, okay. Was it 2017? Jeez. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I can't remember a game that we've played in that torrential like rain, but yeah, I guess on to next week, and yeah, like, look, I hope that I don't know what I'm just curious what's happening with Williams, because is it a same kind of situation as McGovern like last year? Like, are they going to throw him out to trade and hopefully someone picks him up? Like, what are your thoughts?
Williams?
Yeah.
He's out of contract. There's no trade.
Oh, so he's out of contract. Okay. Yeah.
Look,
Gotcha.
There's 6 games to go. You're one injury away from getting an opportunity. Like, Cooper Lord might get a shot now.
Yeah.
I don't know if Hewitt's going to. I don't think Hewitt's going to play next week.
No.
You just want to wait for your opportunity. And some of these senior guys like Sard and Williams, we didn't really put them in the twos over the last 5 years much. So now they have to find their way back in.
And I agree with you as well. Don't get me wrong. Like, if like Williams had played, it wouldn't have changed the result. So I agree with you in that sense. I think Graham Wright's pulling a lot of moves behind the scenes as well. I don't know if he's had a chat with Chero to say, mate, this is your chance, and he's delivered, which I'm glad, because he's still an important player for us going forward, and he's still relatively young as well. So, but yeah, thanks for the call, Tez, and take care. It's not all doom and gloom. We're still there. So let's just move on to next week.
Yeah.
Up the baggers, mate.
Up the baggers. See you, mate. All right. Zach, we'll try again. Zach. All right. He's not there. Kareem.
Tez, mate. How's it going?
What's up, man? I'm good. How you doing?
I'll be honest, mate. I think that was a piss poor effort tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I get all the callers before. I forgot the other two blokes he were just with, but I understand their sentiment. But I think we got to understand that, like, we are an experienced team. Like, this ain't like, yes, we got youngsters in, and yes, we got interim coach, but we were playing against a Hawthorn team with no Watson, no Weddle. Just lost to Melbourne by 80 points, and I'm not saying we got to beat him, but geez, like, we got smacked tonight, man. And
no, we didn't bring the game anywhere near. We didn't bring the momentum anywhere near to our side in that second half. Like, we just could not draw it back at all. Could not peg it back.
Yeah, and I get it's raining, but I think we're forgetting it's raining for them as well. Like, we're both on the fit. Yeah, it reminds me of Ty from AFT. It's raining.
It's been raining for both teams.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a bit harsh, but I thought we were in a chance tonight. But I think we're gonna start having a real conversation. And I don't like digging out plays, but man, I think Ollie Holland is. I don't know. Is it just me, Tez? But is Ollie Holland a bit rusty? Like from when he's returned, like, he just doesn't seem like he's in it. Like, especially maybe it's that Akers drop that's maybe put more pressure onto him, expecting us for him to perform like Akers. But I don't know. He just seems a bit off it, Tez.
Yeah, I thought he was off tonight.
I
thought he was. I understood the rust last week, speed of the game. I thought he was off tonight. He wasn't alone.
Curious. I'm not trying to dig him out. Oh yeah, VFL. Yeah.
Yeah, VFL's tomorrow at 2 o'clock at Box Hill. So, I mean, that's it right there. There's opportunities for a couple of players to get a spot next week for Collingwood. Everyone wants to play against Collingwood. So, like Zach Williams, Blake Acres, I guess they'll play tomorrow. I'm guessing Cooper Lord, Ben Camporelli, like these guys could all, play at a level tomorrow and find a spot in the team.
Yeah, it'll be interesting the way Fraser reflects off this game. It's a difficult game to reflect due to, the weather and like it's the first loss, so it's interesting the way he'll reflect on this game. But yeah, fuck, I'm shocked, mate. Didn't think we'd lose by that much.
No, exactly. I thought we'd win. Yeah, I was hopeful and thought we'd win in a tight one. I thought we were up for it. Put it that way.
Yeah,
and the way Hawthorn just kept, to lose by 10 goals. No, that wasn't on my that wasn't on my radar tonight. I didn't think we'd have 9 scoring shots in a game of football. I mean, after we've been able to generate opportunities for the last few months at a pretty good level. So
yeah, when Cho's taking fucking hangers, that's when it's done. So yeah. But yeah, we've got Collingwood next week. Is that I think Collingwood. Fuck, I was going to say must win, but it's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a tough game against them.
Tough game, man. yeah, they're all tough games. We got a tough draw.
We can't be. I can't do it for another Nick Dacos fucking masterclass, bro.
Mate, they get away with it. We haven't beaten them since 2023 now, and I reckon most of those losses. They have just gotten away with it.
Yeah. But there is one fucking bloke that always gets us, and I know he's a gun, bro, but like, fuck, bro. I feel like every time we've played them that's been close, he's always beaten us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me, Tez?
I can hear you, mate. I'm with you.
Yeah. Nah, I'm just going to say that. Yeah. Have a good night, Tez.
All right, mate. Take care, Kareem. All right, Zach. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me, mate?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Sorry, I can't hear you for some reason. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on, mate.
Talk.
I'll fix it. I'll work it out. Hold on.
No. Talk. Go for it. All right. Zach, he might be back. He might not. We'll see. There's the link. Zach, if you're looking for it, link to call in there. I want to have a look at some of this. I don't know how you can take a lot from the game in the way that when you're analysing it in that second half when the conditions dried up a bit. I don't know how you analyse that first half. Zach, you're back. All right, let's try this again. Have I got you?
Got ya. I can hear you now, mate. All good.
All right, welcome back.
Finally.
Mate.
Bloody hell. Rough night, Tess. Rough night, man.
Yeah, very rough night, mate.
I feel like that we didn't adapt to the conditions tonight. I feel like we really struggled. I feel like obviously, they needed to respond. They obviously, Sam Mitchell, he looked really pissed off last week, and as he should have been. And they just got a rocket up him, and they just absolutely gave us a massive reality check. And in this game is gonna, in the review, this game just shows us where we are and where we are compared to the top 4 currently. And we could talk about umpiring, early on in the game, but I don't think that reflects the game overall. I feel like obviously it doesn't. We really struggled. We really struggled. They had it in their forward half for 70% of the game.
It was in Hawthorn's forward half.
It was in Hawthorn's forward half in the early first quarter for about 74% of the time.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
Right.
Tough.
Just a complete dominance, mate. Yeah, there's not much more
100%.
to. It's a pretty easy analysis. We were in front for a minute and 15 seconds in this game.
And then that Jack Ginnivan goal, I think it was, or I don't know if that goal, if it was Dylan Moore
Yeah,
or somebody.
Jack Ginnivan early.
Yeah, it's very frustrating.
Well, we go
I
again,
feel
mate.
like we go again. I feel like there's going to be a few changes next week. I feel like Ollie Hollins has to come out of the side. I feel like Blake Acres has to come back in. I think he was very, very stiff to be dropped a few weeks ago. Yeah, I feel like is Wettering back next? Is Wettering available next week?
I mean, I think the injury report said he'd be assessed at round 19, but he's missed a lot of footy. Is he just going to be fit enough to just roll into a Collingwood game next week? I'm not sure.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know. That's going to be interesting, but I feel like maybe like an Acres could come in, and then who else was my changes? Acres in for Hollins.
Let's see how the VFL plays tomorrow.
That's right. Lord should come in with that Hewitt. What actually happened to Hewitt? Like, did we get any like updates on like what happened? Did he get whacked or something? Or
no, I don't think he got whacked. I think he just had some back soreness and couldn't walk properly. I haven't actually seen the footage of him. People were talking about it on the broadcast that they showed him in the rooms, and he just didn't look in a good way. So I'm not sure.
There'll be a few changes tomorrow. We'll obviously watch the VFL and we'll watch the game tomorrow, and we'll see who performs well, and we'll see who, we'll analyse up after that game who should get a spot in the side, and who comes in, and obviously based off tonight's game and based on tomorrow's game against Box Hill. So have to win next week, must win against the against 10 that we fucking hate. Says we must beat those pricks. Haven't beaten them in 3 years. Come on, Blues. Go, Blues. Have a good night, Tez. Back on next week. See you, mate.
All right, mate. Good stuff. Bridget with the $5. Shame on a Hawthorn supporter who won the Carlton team signed Guernsey at the WA Blues function tonight. All kiddos so disappointed. Just redraw it, mate. That is a shame. That is a damn shame. Well, I have a team signed Guernsey as well to give away. If we won tonight, I would be giving it away. So Bridget, don't worry. I'll give that away at some point. Next win. If we beat Collingwood, we can do it there. Boner with the $20. Thanks, mate. All right, Joe. Hello, mate.
Evening. How are we?
We had a good run.
What's been I've only just got home and settled in. What's been the vibe tonight on here so far?
I don't know. It's still pretty early in the fan cams. It's disappointing, but I think we're pretty quickly able to put it into perspective. But also, we lost by 10 goals. We got played off the park. Like, it was a comprehensive loss. Like, we didn't look likely at all.
No, from the get-go. Just never looked like we were going to break that game open. That we came up against a side that is absolutely priming themselves for a flag tilt. That's the difference, I think. Like, if you want to break it down into like a really simple analysis, that's where they're at. And we are still picking up the pieces from a pretty average season outside the last 7 weeks. Well, below average outside the last 7 weeks, well below. And chasing tail. So I think simplistically, that's probably what it looked like. That is what it looked like. And I think the result reflected the gap pretty well. They had class all over the park. It wasn't, and like rain, you can talk about the conditions, and it would have been good to see what we looked like in the dry against them and blah, blah, blah. Mate, there's 2 teams out there. Like, they played the wet weather to perfection for that entire first half. Like, they hit grass. They were relentless in gaining territory. relentless in their second efforts, relentless in their ability to hunt the footy, hunt us when we got the football, try and create turnover. And we tried to hit up targets. And I'm just sitting there going, like, this ain't it, man. Like, this is the time to hack it forward and dump kick. And then, funnily enough, when the game dried up, we started hacking it forward and dump kicking. And I was like, it's just the complete opposite in both halves of what we needed to do.
Yeah, their synergy was off tonight. We had no run, and I
No.
understand the context, but no run, link up play, minimal. All the hallmarks of the last 7 weeks gone. Like, I mean, you win 7 in a row, teams start taking notice, and they prepare for you differently. And
Yeah.
there's no doubt about it. The Hawthorn, they were prepared so well in every phase of the game. At stoppage, they were so prepared, and I know that they had an advantage there with Meat coming up against the first game. Like, of course, they're going to be able to dictate where the ball goes, and
Yeah.
it's a different ball game when you're a midfielder and you have supreme confidence that you're winning a hit out, because when you're not that team, then you just can't move with any confidence. You don't know where the ball's going to go. So, there's that. But even the way they set up behind the ball, they had the spare. They positioned so well. I look at that and I'm thinking, we have got to get there. That's where we've got to get to.
Yeah, no, I agree. And you made a really good point around how they were set up behind the football. It's not even like it wasn't even for the intercept. Like, I was sitting nosebleeds tonight, so I could see the whole ground, and it was very interesting to watch them and how they set up around the contest in open play, right? So in that first half, there was a lot of like trying to hack it forward from both sides. They were really effective at being able to do it. It felt like every time they wanted to hack it forward, they hacked it forward to their advantage. And when it was our turn to try and scrub one off the deck and just try to gain territory, they were so set up around the football to anticipate where we were trying to gain that ground. Like, they suffocated us, man. And then second half, again, I looked at how they were set up defensively. There was a patch where it was like, I thought maybe we might be able to find our legs and find the corridor. Mate, they shut that shit down. They had the fucking Great Wall of China along the outside of that square, man. Like, there was no corridor use being allowed to us tonight. None. They were so disciplined. So, yeah, look, disappointing, but the gap in quality was very clear across, like you said, every phase of the game.
Yeah.
Every phase. And it's a good lesson. I think it's a good lesson for our group. Like, you win 7 straight, you get your tail up, bit of momentum, you come crashing back to earth very, very quickly. And I think, I mean, season's not done, not a chance. Like, we've still got everything to play for, but they need to wake up quickly. I think that's a huge, huge wake up call to go. It's going to be tough. We're not just going to keep rolling with this momentum and be able to beat better sides than what we are. Like, you need to turn up.
You don't go from losing 7 in a row, losing your coach, to just winning 15, 16 in a row and then being a finals contender in the same season. So look, 7 weeks to go, 6 weeks to go. There's 2 teams we play, maybe 3 of them that are, I guess, like genuine top 4 contenders. That's one of them. We'll play Brisbane eventually again, and we'll play Freo again, genuine top 4 contenders.
Yep.
Then the other teams are teams that are just right around where we are, and they have very similar volatility with the way that they perform. Their good is good, their bad is bad. They have poor margins. I think Gold Coast, I don't know what the hell's going on at Gold. That's like a sub. Like, I'm sort of getting distracted now, but like, Gold Coast are fallible. Saints, Collingwood, Bulldogs, we're all in that group. So they're just
still there.
No,
it's still all there to play for. And all 4 of those games are like mini elimination finals. Every single one of them. Every time you go out, that's do or die. You have to win them. So, yeah, I think we still have a chance. I think everyone had us penciled. Well, if you took the emotion out of it, I know we said today that we were winning.
I was certain. I was dead set certainty.
If you took the emotion out of it and you tried to be unbiased, I think we would have had this in as a loss. Maybe not by 10 goals. I think that's the most disappointing. The most disappointing part tonight is that they just didn't show that fight like that we've become now accustomed to over the last couple of months under Fraze. Like it was just like they dropped their bundle, threw in the towel. It was all too hard. Like there was no stemming the flow. And that was, for me, the most disappointing aspect. But a loss against Hawthorn, just the L in the L column, expected. So we roll on. Like next week's huge. Next week's even bigger now. Even bigger. You just, it's a must win, man. Must win. You hope that Georgia's back settles. It probably won't. They'll probably
Apparently
give
it's
him a week.
bad, man. I haven't seen footage, but apparently it's no good.
Yeah, I know he's had back problems throughout his career, so I hope it's. And trust me, I have some lower back issues, and it flares up every now and then, and it's not fun when it flares up. Like you can be in a lot of pain, but it can also settle. So don't know. They'll hopefully get some work done on him during the week. If he can't get up, he can't get up. Someone else has to step up. But yeah, man. Like I don't know where Pito's at. He would have been huge tonight. Flynn, I mean, good on him, But fuck, man, Meek ate him, just completely. Go look at Lloyd Meek's numbers, man. Holy fuck, what a game!
Don't worry, I know his numbers. He's in my my fantasy team, my keeper
Yeah,
league.
fuck, man. Like he just had a night out, and that was primed for like those conditions were primed for him, and then for Pito to just go at it. But obviously, we didn't get that.
Oh my goodness, he's had 49 hit outs.
No, man, it's crazy.
Meek.
It's crazy.
Yeah, fair play.
It's like
10
10 tackles, 10 clearances, 49 hit outs. Insane. Just a crazy game. So anyway, see what reinforcements we get back next week. If not, you just got to go again. And next week there is just everything to play for. Like everything next week.
They can't keep getting away with it, the Pies. They can't. They can't keep getting away with it.
Clip that, chat. Clip that.
No, but serious. How many times did they get away with it at the death?
Yesterday, they should have absolutely lost that game. Absolutely lost that game last night. That was just fucked. Anyway, hopefully we get one back on them next week.
Yeah.
Hopefully. That would really get the season on track. Like, we'd forget about this loss very, very quickly if we can beat them next week. So
I don't think people are under illusions of where we're at. Like, as in, we're definitely not a top 4 team. I think we can all agree on that.
yeah, it's actually a really good point. Like, I might be going early here, but is the Carlton fan base getting a bit more like balanced? Like, I feel like the emotion's not as like up and down right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, we just lost by 10 goals, but I'm kind of like, yeah, it's all right. Like, I'm pretty calm.
See how you go next week.
Fuck. No. Yeah, win or lose next week. I'm going to be on here. I'm going to be a very different person.
Collingwood losses, I say it every time, it's venom. Like there's venom in the air.
I remember there was do you remember that loss against them 2022, not the last round. It was actually mid-season when Silvani had that snap at goal late, missed.
Wiedering bumped into to go in, did his shoulder that day.
Yes, he did. And Walsh copped the high tackle, wasn't called, would have had a shot after the siren. I remember when the siren went and the Collingwood theme song played. I was sitting top deck, speaker was right there. It was like I was in an insane asylum. Like it was just ringing in my ears. And I had my head, I was rocking. I had my head in my hands, just fucking rocking tears. These fuckers do something different to us, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, I can't wait for next week already. I'm pumped. I'm pumped.
Bring it on. Keen.
Huge week. Huge week.
All right, mate. Go well.
Good luck, man. We'll talk to you soon.
See you, man. All right. Smoking man. $3. Dean has to be favourite for Rising Star now. Maybe. Blue Boy Sammy.
Hey, Terry. How's it going?
Good, mate. How you doing?
Actually, all right. I just want to ask you a quick question, Terry. Do you think it's a good time to lose?
Do I think it's a good time to lose? If there was a good time to lose, now would be it.
That's what I was thinking. Look, because we've got a whole bunch of hard games. We don't have any easy games left. It's going to be all hard games. It's a good time to lose now because if you lose against Collingwood, that demoralised the whole team. It's like the arch enemy, yeah? Losing against Hawthorn, of course, I don't want to lose by fucking 10 goals. But in saying that, I'd rather lose now and have another run at it, hopefully, than to lose, later on and demoralise the kids. And I didn't think we done too bad. Like, yeah, of course, they played us, man. Like, it was, I don't know if it was coaching, I don't know if it was just the boys were tired, but we couldn't keep getting away with not playing that great and winning, which we did. But now it's like, yeah, okay, you're 5% off and you get 10 goals kicked on you.
Yeah, your luck runs out. And even in this competition, winning 2-3 in a row is so hard. Winning 7 in a row is ridiculous. We're the first team in history, by the way, that lost 7 in a row and won 7 in a row straight after. No team's ever done it. I'm pretty sure that's true. So, yeah, history. We were doing things that hadn't been seen before. And see, for me, there's it's complete volatility. It's the extremely poor result and then the extreme, good result. 7 losses, 7 wins. This 7-week block that we're about, we just started now tonight. We're 0-1 now in this 7-week block. Let's just even it up a little bit. We got to stop. We got to bridge that gap. That gap's way too big when we're good and when we're bad.
Yeah. No, look, I think that it was. I don't know if next week we win. Exactly like what you said, all this would be forgiven. Like, we wouldn't even think about the Hawthorn game. I think we'd just be happy as Larry. But
I agree.
Well, like, in terms of the players, like giving shit to players and all that, look, I'm not in for giving too much shit to the players. But in saying that, we are fans. I mean, look at us. It's almost 12 a.m. We're staying up, listening to the comments, listening to the thing. We'll watch the replays and all that kind of stuff. We have some little right to ask the question of players, of coaches, of anyone in the team, because we invest so much in it. So I don't buy into don't give shit to the players, don't give shit to the team. They're accountable. And who's going to hold them accountable? It's going to be us. It's going to be the fans that go to the game. You were there in the bloody pissing rain, along with how many others. We have the right to ask the question. I don't understand the whole thing about, no, don't question the players.
No, I think it was more around don't. I think performance should be questioned all the time. All the time, win or lose. I just think we don't need to go. It's just when it gets personal. Which, to be honest, I don't think many people do it here anyway. In this chat, in this community, I don't really allow people to get there anyway and go too personal. But I mean, performance-wise, I'll tell you what gets me. I think we have this habit of going straight for the younger guys and saying, all right, they need a rest. No, I thought senior players didn't perform tonight. I thought Cripps was down tonight. He's a champion. Love him. Tonight, he just didn't have his best game. Like, it happens. But we lose George. So there's the engine room. We got beaten in the middle. We got beaten everywhere. Our forward line didn't function tonight. I thought Harry was down as well. And there's always context to why. But I thought senior players just didn't play anywhere near as good as they have been.
Yeah. And I still love Cowan. I think he's an amazing, amazing player. Yeah. I love watching that kid every week. So, look, it is what it is. Yeah. Good things have to come to an end as well. But let's concentrate on next week and hopefully we smash these pies. Oh, mate, I wish. Mate. Look, what was
I just want to, be midnight next week, 7 days from now. We play Collingwood. You're calling in. I don't know what you're doing. You're calling from home or wherever you are. And just, we need that one. We haven't had too many of them on the fan cams. It's always when we lose to Collingwood, we have like generational fan cams.
Oh, God. Anyways, good to chat to you, Terry. Love your work. Take it easy. And we'll chat next week.
Sounds good. See you, Sammy.
See you, mate.
See you, mate. The ball of truth has arrived.
Yes. What's going on, man? Fuck, that sucked.
Were you there?
But, yeah, I was there, man. I left a little bit early in the last quarter, But yeah, I don't care if people hate me for that. But I just didn't like what I saw, man. I wanted to beat the traffic. I was freezing my balls off. So I'm just like, man, I'm getting out of here. I'll watch the rest on my phone on the way home.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just, I don't know, man. I wasn't really impressed with anyone tonight, really. And there was a couple of moments, man. The best moment for me was Flynn Riley kicking the goal. I love that. It brought a smile to. I actually got up and started celebrating, especially when they showed him on the big screen and he's pumping his chest like this. I'm like, fuck it, let's go. But yeah, man, disappointing night. I'm not going to hit the panic button at all. It was a shithouse performance. Everyone knows that. It was just, I think it's a one-off. I really think we've got the best opportunity to bounce back next week, and we'll see how we respond and see what we're really made of under this new regime, so to say, with Josh Fraser. So, yeah, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm with you. Look, it was a poor performance. I don't think they'll be saying anything different to us on the inside. I think they'll be looking at that and saying, yeah, we were shithouse tonight.
True, bro.
I just think after 7 wins in a row, I think we're able to process a loss a little easier. But, if it starts creeping up 3, 4, 5 losses in a row, then, we start panicking. That's generally how it goes.
100%. Bro, if we come back and respond well next week and win, all will be forgotten, all will be forgiven. Seriously, about tonight. But because I just tuned in, man, so I don't know if anyone's mentioned it, but I'm sure they freaking have the umpires tonight.
Yeah. Early on, that was
the first half.
And you know what? As it was happening, I actually thought it was keeping the crowd in the game, because when we're activated, when we're pissed off with the umpiring, like we're in it, like we're booing and we're getting stuck in. I'm trying to figure out when did Hawthorn break us? When did they actually pull away enough? Yeah.
Well, the second quarter they kicked back to back. Well, they scored all the goals in the second quarter. It was 3-0, I'm pretty sure. But the Gunston one, the high on the boundary line, which was not a free kick, and they scored a goal from it. Moments later, they go inside 50, man. Lockie Cowan has his arm pulled out of its socket. He drops the mark because of it. They didn't pay a free kick. Ball spills to ground. They snap another goal. So there was 2 right there. Obviously, the first one in the first quarter, the 50-meter penalty one was just like, what? Head scratcher. But obviously, they're not the reason we lost. Like, we didn't deserve anything tonight. We weren't great. But my goodness, man. Honestly, it makes, you're right. When our crowd's up and about, it's hilarious. What makes me laugh is when we get about two or three bad decisions in a row, and then the fourth one, everyone goes ape shit. It's like, oh!
Yeah. Well, I'm just looking here, right? I might share my screen. This is where I think it falls apart. So, like, Flynn Riley kicks his goal. All right, end of the first quarter, no worries. Ginnivan kicks his third. Gunston kicks his. Another rush behind here. We had 8 of the last 9 inside 50s, didn't capitalize. And then, Morrison. And then it's just, somewhere halfway through the second. Yeah, okay.
It was, our entries were awful, man. My goodness. Like, and look, everyone underperformed. So it's not, collectively, it was just a bad performance by everyone. Even the players that kind of stood up as opposed to some other ones. Overall, as a team, it just wasn't good. Our skills were crap. And I understand the conditions and the wet weather, but we just didn't adapt at all. And Hawks did, because they're a quality side. There's no shame in losing to them. They're a contender. Let's be real, despite their form. But yeah, man, I'm not too upset. I'm gutted that we didn't play well, and I actually thought before the game, man, I don't know if you felt this too, that we were a chance to win tonight. Did you feel?
I was saying Blues by 1 before the game.
Bro, I kid you not. I said Blues by 1 point on my end as well. No,
anyone
bullshit.
who I walked past said hello to, like, as outside the MCG, like, what do you think? I'm like, yeah, Blues by 1.
That's mad. I love it. But yeah,
Yeah.
are you
But just
are you
what you said
packing it in,
earlier.
bro? Hey,
What's that?
are you packing it in after this one loss, or are you keeping the faith?
Nah, mate. Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm
Not too
comfortable with. I
hysterical.
understand where we're at. Even
Yeah.
before we lost the 7 games in a row, before the season started, I was comfortable in accepting that we were not a contender this year. That's just the
Yeah.
stage of where we were at. So there's that. But you said something earlier before around efficiency inside 50. So Hawthorn, just a tick under 65% efficiency
Yeah.
inside 50, and Carlton 26.7.
Oh, yuck.
So like, if I could say one stat right there, like that's probably the one there that's just so out of our favor. Our average for
Yeah.
the season is 51%. So
And that efficiency's
completely
crept up.
broke down.
Yeah, 100%. It felt like that all game watching it as well. But our efficiency inside 50 has been way better since Fraser took over, I'm pretty sure as well. Like and then tonight happened. But look, we live, we learn. Hopefully they hit the training ground hard because, man, like I said, we've got the biggest bloody test. And you know what? If we get over that Collingwood hump, we just need 3 more wins and we can get to that playoff spot. So it's not over. It's not over by any stretch.
Not over. It's not over.
That's it.
Hawthorn, Freo, Brisbane, they are contenders this year who we will play. Collingwood, St Kilda, Bulldogs, Gold Coast. Those games are the ones that I'd like to see us, go for it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
In typical Carlton way, do you think it's just going to go down to that last round against
Of
Fremantle?
course. You just know it.
100%.
You just know it.
Yeah. I love it, man.
Mind you, we play on the Sunday night the week before. We play the Saints game. I think we need to maybe mentally prepare everyone. That Saints game later in the year is 7:20 p.m. Sunday night. Just
Jesus.
brace yourself.
Oof.
So
The Freo time slot hasn't been announced yet, has it? We don't know.
not yet.
Yeah. Nah, fair enough. Oh man, that's going to be that Saints game could be huge as well. Well,
Yeah.
it is going to be huge, but yeah.
No, they're all
far
huge,
out.
man. Listen, it's the run. It's the run home where we could play finals football. I know it sounds
Yeah.
crazy. It might sound crazy. We can play finals football if we win. We're
That's
playing
the
the
thing.
teams that are fighting for it.
Bro, 8 weeks ago, we're saying our season's dead. There's nothing to look forward to. And now we're here. So
Yeah.
we're still in it. We're still in it.
Mate, well said. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you, bro. Thanks for having me.
See you, mate.
Enjoy, man.
All right. Only Carlton is here. Only Carlton.
How we doing?
We're never losing again from here. Like that was just, that was just the reminder. Now we'll never lose again.
We're never losing again was a mindset. It wasn't actually. It was a metaphor, guys. Come on.
Yes.
We can still take a loss and not lose. We can take that as a lesson.
That's true.
But I don't know, man. That was fucking ugly. That
Yeah.
was really ugly. I'm not jumping off the train. Like I still think we're good. I don't think it's that big of a deal. But fuck, you can't ignore that game. Like there's some people being like, it's a one-off. Like I love Andy. Fucking love Andrew from the Bowl of Truth. But you can't say that's a one-off, because that is probably the best team we played in this run. And they took it to us, and it's they really, when I watched that game, the one thing I saw was they're so well structured and we just weren't. They adapted to the conditions and we just didn't, And I'm happy that we lost. I don't know if that's weird. Like I'm gutted, but also we needed to learn how to lose under Fraser. And I think the way we respond now,
He hasn't been tested in a loss yet.
Yeah.
We haven't seen how we've seen him be pretty calm in wins and not get ahead of himself. Tick. We just haven't seen how he conducts himself after a loss.
yeah, no, and it'll be telling, because look, in our next 5 games, we probably we play Brisbane and then we play we got Collingwood as well the week after. So next week we have Collingwood, then we have fuck, who do we have? We have Collingwood, Gold Coast, and then I'm pretty sure we have Brisbane, right?
Brisbane.
Those 3 games, fuck, they'll be tough because again, we got to learn how to respond, right? That's my biggest takeaway from this. I don't give a fuck about the game, bro. Like it was really wet. from the game, other than Adam Chera, I thought everyone was pretty disappointing. It just goes to show how important Hewitt is to our structure because Chera on the wing has been great.
I'll give you another name who I thought was really good tonight. I thought Francis Evans continued his form tonight. I don't know how you saw his game. I think he's having a crazy month of football.
Yeah, well, he was one of the few ones. It was like him, Chera, and I can't think of anyone else off the top of my head, but they were actually good ball users tonight. They were the only ones that really hit kicks and went for like that Chera goal when he straightened up, ran inside 50 and kicked that drop punt. But no one's done that all game.
Yeah.
Even from the Hawks side, you know?
Yeah. It's not a panic. Not yet. It's not a panic.
No.
But I also, you are right. Yes, of course, context, perspective, but they've got to address something disconnected tonight. It fell apart. Like they weren't together. And I understand context of what happens and how hard it is to win, but they've got to make sure they address whatever that is because they weren't on the same page.
No, not at all. And you can see on the forward line. Bro, I thought our forward line, I don't want to I don't want to be too negative, but like our forward line was fucking horrendous, bro. Like the way they were structured. Yeah, the way they were structured. It's not even like, I think it just showed our forward line other than Harry Mackay and Mitch McGovern, they're relatively young. You know, they're all like 26. Like Brody Kemp's 24, 25. You know, Ainsworth is around 27. We just got exposed. Like we got exposed by a really good side. Hawthorn are a top 4 contender, you know?
Yeah. Where were you watching tonight?
At home. Didn't make it to the game.
Yeah. What was the other one? Did Ison go off early? He hobbled off. I just remembered.
Yeah, so he got into a contest early in the first, hobbled off, and then came back. He had some deep heat rubbed on, some Tiger Bomb, and came back. But he did not look fit the whole game, bro. There was some selection. I don't know. Like we could have used Blake Acres in. We could have, and Pitta obviously went out injured, but some of those senior heads would have helped, man. I'm not saying they would have made a 60-point difference, but my biggest thing was like it was the age gap. It was the experience tonight.
The Acres one, that's going to be a talking point this week for sure. It was the perfect Blake Acres game, perfect Blake Acres conditions, just wet. Yeah. Like torrential rain, don't worry about kicking efficiency, just get that thing. Like it was Voss ball. We had to play Voss ball tonight. And I guess I don't want to play Voss ball anymore. Fair. Because that was... I also don't want to play Voss ball.
Well, like even Acres in, all right, cool, he comes in. What is he... Like, I don't think anyone could have came in tonight. I think the biggest hit was George Hewitt going out early, bro. Because, again, Chera had 10 centre bounce attendances this week. So he moved into the midfield after Chera went out. Not the last 6 weeks, Chera hasn't been in the midfield once. He's been stuck on that wing. Like I don't know who was on the wing once Chera went into the middle. It was like I know Ollie Hollins was on one. Who the fuck was on the other one? Matt Cottrell. Like the wingers were non-existent.
Haywood played on the wing for a bit. I'll tell you what we missed tonight. People don't want to hear it. Mark Pitternet around stoppage.
100%. What do you
mean? Not for hit outs necessarily, but what he does, where he positions his body, and how he gets in the way of the opposition and plugs holes, which don't get a stat. But I thought we missed Pitto tonight.
Yeah, 100%. Lloyd Meek had a day out. Fuck Lloyd Meek, bro. Like, I came into it thinking, I know Flynn Riley. Can you imagine that being your first AFL game?
That is a stitch up for Flynn Riley.
Yeah. The bloke's like 7 foot tall as well. He's 209 centimeters. Like, I thought the goal he kicked was like the only highlight. That's the only thing I remember from that game. It's him kicking that goal, but everything else, fuck, he got rinsed, bro. It's a good lesson, you know. I hope everyone. This was a massive lesson, bro, especially for some of the younger kids as well. You know, learning how to lose, and we got taken to school. Yeah,
they got levels to learn. Well, look, I thought Flynn Riley. There's something to work with there for sure. There's something there. There's some attributes there. Over 4 quarters, we were conceding something there for sure. But there's, you put him in the deep end and see how he goes. He was all right. I like some of the things he did. Just Meek's been in the system for so long, and also Meek he's had Ned Reeves next to him and pretty much lost his ruck minutes this year. Ned Reeves has been injured, so Meek was determined to show that he can do it on his own, because that's where I don't know if there's Hawthorn supporters in the chat, but that's a thing for them. Like, they're now playing 2 rucks this year. but Reeves is injured. So Meek was very motivated to prove that he can do it on his own.
Yeah, there you go. So,
Um,
fuck, I'm not too fussed by that. If I'm being honest, like it's something you have to take into account, and I don't want the team to forget about it and move on, like how they did with the Brisbane review in 2024. But they have to like own it. They have to take accountability and just move on. Like take the lessons because there's so many lessons from this game.
Yeah, well, if you're going to rise to the level that Hawthorn are, that's the perfect introduction into this week against Collingwood, because that's how good you have to be to win next week.
Yeah, no, 100%.
That's how
Like,
switched on you have to be.
Collingwood aren't as good, but they definitely are as well structured and like disciplined as Hawthorn, So it'll be the talent won't be there, you won't have Jack Ginnivan kicking 3 goals in fucking pouring rain, but you will have the structure, you will have the discipline, you'll have the mindset behind them, and all that, and probably. But honestly, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of Collingwood. I'll say it. I'm not fucking like we are fine here. I don't want to see people jumping off the train yet because we're still well and truly on. We're 7-1, bro.
Yeah.
Right? 7-1. Look like with context, cuz we're still 7-1. So it's fine. You just gotta take a loss sometimes. We'll take it like a man. I'm also proud of this fan base, low key. I thought people were gonna lose their minds on here. I've been actually watching.
I'm very proud of our people. Very proud of our people. I sound like Voss. I'm proud of our people. No, I'm proud of our people.
But look. I mean, we want the team to improve. We got to improve as a fan base too. Like the culture outside the club also has to improve, and we have, bro. Like low key, I'm seeing everyone enjoy it. I'm seeing people not bag the club, because again, I don't think it was an effort issue. It was just we weren't good enough, like IQ wise and skill wise. I went into the game thinking we are gonna win, and I think everyone should have gone into the game thinking we are gonna win. But realistically, that was a reality check that we definitely needed, and I would have rathered it now than fucking 4 weeks on, couple weeks off finals.
Fair, yeah, that's fair. It's a good point.
Yeah.
On to Collingwood.
Fuck them. Gonna fucking smash them.
G up, bro. Come on.
100%. Bring back the game day stream, and I'll G you up on game day.
I will do my best for a game day stream next week.
Sick. Done. Chat, stick fat, fellas. Oh, I sound like a boss. Actually, I take that back, but don't jump off the train. We're still well and truly on here, boys.
I love it. Go well, bro.
See ya, bro.
See you, man. All right. Jad. Hello, mate.
Hey, mate. Been a while. Been a minute. Been a hot minute.
You look. What's you look very. I like your get up.
I'm dead. I don't know, man. I don't have many cold MCG nights left in me.
Yeah, man.
I can't feel my feet. I still can't feel them. Like, it's real bad.
Yeah, man. It was
brutal.
It was. That's the coldest night in a long time.
But as you said before, it was more the rain that just topped it off. That was that was freaking horrendous, mate. But thank you, brother. Thank you, though. I was in the MCC, so I had to, do it up a bit. So
wow.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I feel like such an imposter in there. It's so bad. Oh, anyway.
What do you think? What's your?
Yeah, it's. I was just trying to think like what I want to say to you, and I think it's been echoed in everyone else's fan camps. Like I think as a coach, I reckon this is a very tough game, just because of like how do you manage this loss? Yeah, because you have to acknowledge things went wrong because they did. Like as so many people have said, we were shocking in some areas. But I also don't think it's a loss worth losing confidence over.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So I think as a coach, like it's like Fraser right now, how do you dissect it, but how do you also make sure they didn't lose confidence? Because I was there today, and I as disappointed as I am, I don't think that is worth losing your confidence over. I don't think that's worth going into Collingwood next week any less confident than you were last week. So I think there lies the art of coaching is how do you manage the group now with a loss like that? Because it was just a very weird one for me.
So there's winning and learning, which I think we've done a couple of them. Essendon, Richmond, and that's fine. You'd rather learn in a win than in a loss. But it almost got to this point where it's like I kind of need to see what he's like after a loss, because sometimes you see it throughout the competition. Every team in the competition, including Fremantle, eventually have had that moment where, okay, we get it, you're in good form, but it's just so hard to just be so locked in to win a game of football in the same way over and over again, to continue winning the longer that you keep winning, especially when you're not a contending team like we aren't. If you're Hawthorn, again, I don't know, there's Hawks supporters in here, but if you are a contending team and you genuinely have your eyes on the premiership, they had to be better than last week. And I left that game thinking, that's where we have to get to. Recruiting, coaching, consistency, response after poor performance. Like Hawthorn are years ahead of us now. We were sort of at a similar point in time 5 years ago, we'll call it, maybe 6 years ago, and they're ahead of us. We got to get there. It can be done. There's a template.
In terms of getting to where they got to, I had that thought as well. It's kind of a sobering thought, because I think we're a long way from being at that level. And I'm just looking at the names on our current list, and I'm thinking by the time we are Hawthorn, half those names that we rely on now aren't going to be there anymore. So there's a lot of work to do. I think there's a lot of drafting to do, a lot of new personnel to bring in before we get there.
Yeah,
so
they've done it well on a draft point of view, but I mean, their recruits. I mean, Guinea, Barris, Battle didn't play tonight. Massimo. Yeah, they've done it well.
Game on Impy. It's actually unbelievable. Their build. I think it's like, I don't want to harp on too much about about Hawthorn, but their build is very. I think it's like the most free agent heavy build, because they've done it. They haven't drafted these blokes,
Yeah.
But
mate. Speaking of, I don't know, do you rate Connor McDonald?
Is he the one that Sean's always going on about?
He wears number
from
9.
Prenders? And what about him?
I don't know if you've seen, he revealed a few weeks ago that we were essentially going to draft him. We had told him it was going to happen.
Yeah, that killed. Now I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I love him. That killed me.
And every time I watch him play, I'm like,
that's brutal. I do remember. Yeah, no, I love watching him play.
Yeah.
But anyway, look, Terry, it's all about next week. Like, I don't know. For me, like, I'll give my soul to win. I will pray. I'll do voodoo shit. Like, I'll do anything, Terry. I'll do anything.
And we'll all do it. We'll all put our feelings and emotions on the line. We'll go all in on it, and you got to be willing to get hurt and have, be sitting here crying next week in order to. They just got to do it. They have to beat Collingwood next week. They've got to do it.
I saved my investment during this game for next week. Just put it that. Like, I'm like a player, I was leaving some in the tank. Because next week it's all or nothing for me. I don't care what happens after that. Just please, just stop that bloody pissant Dacos. Oh, he's so bloody good. I'm actually scared. I'm petrified, mate. Just of him, not of the rest of the team. I'm actually just scared of him.
Yeah,
I'm scared.
I'm
not afraid to admit it. No. No. I've been Dacos too many times, mate. It's absurd.
Yeah. Even just watching him lift last night, like just sprint.
I know. Like, grow up, mate. Like, grow up. Seriously. Oh, just win every game off your own boot. But look, just get it. I don't know what more I can say. It's all about next week.
Yeah.
Fraser comes from there. He knows them. Maybe there's some solace in that. Maybe, I don't know. Just when they're missing a few. If Wiedering could make a miraculous recovery, that'd be great.
Do you reckon they'd really bring him in next week, even if he was, ready to play?
I would. But I'm just an irresponsible, selfish maniac, so I'll bring him in. I'll bring him in at 50%. I don't care.
Fair.
I don't give a shit. Just, yeah. Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
I think, that's it from me, man. I don't want to go too long, but yeah.
Not fair. Mate, thanks for calling in. Speak to you
No
soon.
worries. See you, mate.
See you,
Bye.
mate. All right. Let me show you guys what I was looking at earlier. Just beaten everywhere. And the things that we've been seeing over the last few weeks, I spoke about the efficiency inside 50, right? The free kick count ended up being in our favour after starting 8-1 Hawthorn. We drafted Ashton Moyer with the pick instead of Connor McDonald, I think it was. So stoppages, you look at here, I mean, spoke about Meek, lost clearances, lost contested possession, lost uncontested possession. Ball game. It's pretty straightforward. There's no rocket science to this one. Anyway. Let's hear from Adam Chera.
Get down to the Carlton rooms because one of their stars from tonight has been kind enough to join us. He's standing alongside Eddie Summerfield.
Adam Chair, it's a cold, wet night. That first half, what was the messaging from Fraser going out to play in those conditions?
Yeah, it's a bit of old school footy, to be honest. Like, obviously, it's probably one of the wettest games of the year, and you almost go back to the basics, the fundamentals, trying to get some field position on the ground, and the contest just becomes even more crucial. So, it was pretty simple messaging. Hawthorn's obviously a really good side, but I don't think we don't prepare that often for playing footy in those type of conditions, but it's where the fundamentals and the basics really come out.
How have you gone? Have you spoken to the coach post-game? What's kind of the messaging been? The mood in the rooms, it doesn't feel like a loser's rooms. It feels reasonably upbeat in here.
Yeah, I mean, we made a commitment weeks ago that we're going to be process-driven, win or loss, and the past 7 weeks we've done exactly that. Come Monday morning, we move forward pretty quickly and focus on our process and getting better every day. So, it didn't go away tonight. We obviously weren't good enough in the contest, and Hawthorn, reports to them, they played very well, and we expect more from us. We went away from the process a little bit, but come Monday morning, we're locking straight back in. Our focus is right on Collingwood after we get back to work.
Ches, it's Doc up here, mate. Have you got any word on Georgie? How he is? We only heard lower back, so any update would be great.
Hey Doc, how you going? I think he's just had a bit of a back spasm, so I'm not fully sure, but Georgie in his history, but I think it was more of a precaution than just a knock to the back, which I think is pretty common in those conditions.
It just obviously changed your role a fair bit. Disappointing to get done in the contest. I'm sure you guys would be. You're a very proud group. What happened in there? What was it? What did Hawthorn do? Was it as simple as they just won the footy and went harder at it, or was there more to it?
It was probably more on the fundamentals around the contest. I mean, there's obviously a lot of loose balls tonight, but contest both in the air and on the ground. We just think they got the edge over us a little bit tonight, and as you know, we're a proud group, and that's probably our one wood in there, the contest. So for us, we're obviously a bit disappointed, but let's get back to work and keep training this week and trying to get better at each day.
Adam, Meg McDonald up here. Disappointing match overall for the team tonight, but we were impressed again with some of your younger players, the way they stood up, the things that they've been showing across the year and especially in the past couple of weeks. I'm just talking about Taylor Byrne, Harry Dean. What are you seeing from the up-and-coming players that can keep you excited?
I'm just loving that they're playing with their energy. They're obviously young, and they're adding something to our group. So, I think tonight we had 6 players who debuted this year playing on the side. And what I love is that they're all committed to their role and their job and playing their part. So, they all bring their strengths and their flair to it individually. But I'm just so impressed by their characters to just focus on their role and know that they're valued for that. And I think they're having a great year, all of them.
Adam, really appreciate your time after the game. Obviously a disappointing loss, but I tell you what, mate, 70,000 here tonight in the pouring rain. I can only hazard a guess at what the crowd will be next week for Carlton and Collingwood.
Yeah, these are the ones you're circling the calendar. So, yeah, we're very much looking forward to it.
You're a ripper. Good luck. Appreciate
So interesting. George Hewitt, they're saying, well, speculating there, but back spasm. That's not a good sign for him. Just on Adam Chera, that's his best game, clearly, of the year. 27-1, 14 tackles, 424 meters gained, 81% game time. Yeah, he was strong. Slotted back into his old role, I think. I think once George Hewitt went down, be interesting to see what they do now with Cooper Lord. And yeah, 70,000 people, I don't know about that. Although level 3 and level 4 were packed. So it could, and then they were packed very early. Obviously, a lot of people weren't sitting down on level 1 because it was that wet. So they were standing behind, in the standing room behind level 1. But yeah, it didn't look like 70,000 at all. Anyway, I want to hear Josh Fraser talk.
Josh, it was a bit of a scrappy start.
Can you hear
It
that?
was a bit of an arm wrestle, but then I guess as the game wore on, maybe the conditions cleared up a bit. They really sort of had their way with it, didn't they?
Yeah, I thought they adapted to the conditions better than what we did early. We didn't quite handle that. We haven't been faced with those conditions for a long time, so there's some learning in that for us. I thought their contest method for the most part of the night was quite strong. I didn't feel like it was an effort thing with us. I thought we lacked a little bit of method at times, but their contest inside to out exposed us too often, and there'll be some good learnings out of that for us.
When the conditions, we don't see conditions like that too often these days. Obviously, the team's so well drilled in their systems and their structures, during training, and it's obviously designed for dry conditions. When that happens, is it sort of hard to for the team to adapt and break from their what they're used to?
I think there's a bit to be said for teams that have great synergy and play together for a long time. So we're still a relatively new group with new players. They looked more robust around contest when those conditions set in early. There's no doubt about that. And again, with the group that they've got and where they're at as a club right now in terms of ready to win, their situational awareness, if you like, is in front of where ours is, and that continues to be an area that we'll keep working at. This game gives us great feedback on individuals, on system, on conditions. So we'll take those learnings and be better for it. But yeah, they certainly look like a team who had played in conditions like that before and were able to adapt and adjust a lot quicker than what we did.
Josh, I suppose from the coaching perspective, this is the first time we've sat here after a loss. What are the sort of feelings in terms of the way that you talk to the players about that? Because it's been a pretty big ride the last 7 weeks.
Yeah, so in my coaching journey, I'm not immune to losing. I've been in enough situations where I've lost the coach of my own side. We've had to learn how to handle winning over the last 7 weeks. And I think it's really important we don't catastrophise a result, but we get back to work. And that's been our process over the past 7 games. And we certainly haven't been getting carried away with results. It's been very process orientated, and off the back of tonight, it will be the same.
It's going to help in terms of the growth of this group because of so many of the younger players that have just come into the side and probably haven't experienced that sort of, I suppose, the robust team like Hawthorn.
Yeah, I think that's a fair comment. I think that it's great feedback for us. It's great learning for all of us. The game tonight challenged us differently to maybe what it's challenged us in the past 7 weeks. And that's feedback right there. And we know where we're at. We know we've got more work in front of us. we're committed to that work. And again, the feedback out of this game will be a little bit different maybe to what it's been for the past 7 weeks, but still really important. We acknowledge it, confront it, and make sure we're better next time.
George Hewitt with his back, what are the medicos saying early on about that?
Nothing specific at the moment other than it didn't look great for George. So we'll have to wait and get some more feedback on his injury early in the week. And I don't have much more of an update right now on him other than he couldn't take any further part in the game.
There was an incident in the first quarter where the umpire clearly waved his hands, play on.
Yeah, look, he's an experienced player. He's got capacity now to play some different roles. So, yeah, I thought he was pretty important for us tonight, given that the game wasn't going our way, particularly around stoppage and contest at times, and he was able to go in there and have his moments for us. But, yeah, he's grown his game, being able to play on the wing, and we've also got that lever to pull by sending him inside as well.
Missed a chance to enter the top 10 tonight, but the fact that you guys are still, you're within touching distance, does that give a good extra?
Felt like we were trying to pull the right levers. We just weren't able to execute consistently enough.
Thanks, folks.
Thank you.
No worries. Thanks, Josh.
Thoughts? I mean, it sounds pretty straightforward to me. Standard, yeah. Brilliant. Was all right. Alana, Sam Walsh saved your super coach. Fantastic. Yeah, he is. He's calm. He's calm and measured. Broke it down. Didn't get emotional. We'll let the performances do the talking. All right. Well, that's that. Answered well. Keen to see how they respond next week. James, it's very well tuned in. Yeah. Well, there you go. I'll put the link in one more time if anyone wants to call in. I have a free waiting room. So if anybody wants to call in, you can call in now. Otherwise, we can look to wrap up, get a good night's sleep, get back at it tomorrow, and then we can go from there. Blues go down 10 goals. End of the day. Hawks by 64. 6 goals, 3. Wait, that's a lot. That's a very low. That is a very, very low figure when it comes to scoring shots. Definitely the lowest of the season. I don't think we've even come close to that this season. 9 scoring shots for an entire game. So plenty to think about there. All right. Equality. Hello, mate. Yeah, we are still going. I think we're about to wrap up. But if you want to wait, you can call in if you like. I'm happy to take one more. There you go. What time is it for you? Oh, 10:30 in the morning. Yeah, I mean, if you want to call in, please do. I'm here. We've done many later sessions in this. I like to think this is growth. We don't need to sit here. We don't sit here for 4 or 5 hours. We always can if we need to. I don't think we need to. I feel like we don't need to process it for too long. It's pretty straightforward how it went down. Webby, you're calling in. I'll give you a second. All right, mate. No worries. I actually wouldn't mind hearing what Sam Mitchell had to say. 1 sec. David. David, aka Equality, the man from New York. Hello, sir.
Hi, hold on. I'm doing something wrong with my microphone.
You good?
Oh, here it is. Oh. Yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah, I was up early because I've been up early all week for work. I figured I'd watch the game and then had to go somewhere and got back just before you ended.
Perfect timing, mate.
It was, yeah, sorry. No, I know. I'm sure I've missed everything, so I'll probably say everything everybody else already said. It was just we didn't have numbers around the ball and have an outlet. That was simple thing. That was the adjustment that the Hawks made. They always had more numbers and always had somebody just by themselves waiting for an outlet. That was it. We never did.
Nobody's actually said that tonight, so I'm glad you picked up on it.
I mean, otherwise you can talk about individual this and that. We're also losing Hewitt early. I don't know what's up with the midfield mix and the center not bounce anymore. It's been 3 games in a row now that approach is all wrong.
Yeah. Well, Chero went back to that role on the inside. He mentioned just before that I think there was a back spasm for George Hewitt or something like that. Will Hayward played his customary role on the wing. I don't know how many minutes he played there. Ollie Holland was on the wing. Just couldn't get much going from there.
Well, the ball didn't travel anywhere. I mean, it was just a mess. Either bombs or handball to an opponent because they had the numbers and we didn't. I mean that's it.
Yeah.
Even Harry actually was having a lot of contests, but we did nothing with it. Didn't get to the ball.
Yeah. No, look, I didn't realize that Hawthorn had played in those conditions as much as they did. I do recall it. I mean, they've had quite a few games in Tasmania where they play in those conditions. I actually thought at the start of the game it would suit us the way it was raining. We'd just go back to playing
normally, yeah, but didn't happen. We didn't do just the basic thing that they were doing. It should have been obvious. Somebody up in the box maybe noticing, pass a message along. I don't know. It's typical. I mean, the rain has just been awful for all week and ruined my day on Tuesday. So destroyed made a business trip a nightmare. So having it ruin everything today, just typical for the week. That's just
it's washed over everything.
And it's raining right now.
What are you, 10:30, 10:38 a.m.?
Yeah. But because of various work things, I've been up like 5 a.m., 4 a.m. all week. So,
wow.
All right, I'm up. May as well watch the game.
Yeah. Yeah, nah. Well, mate, let me tell you. Have you ever been to an AFL game in real life?
No, the closest I've been to Australia is Japan.
Wow. Okay. Any plans?
So I have no idea. Yeah, someday. I mean, maybe next year if timing and money works out. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair. Thoughts on next week, Collingwood?
Well, I mean, if it's the same thing I always say, you have to play them physically and knock them off the ball, knock them out of the contest, and because they don't like contact, they're all fast hands and jumping around, but if you hit them, they will fall apart, but you have to keep doing it. But are we going to be too tired now and too bruised up from the slipping and sliding around? I don't know. A lot of guys look really gassed. I mean, Flynn Riley was gassed at the end of the first quarter.
Oh. Welcome to the
Ison
AFL.
showed a little energy. Yeah. Well, it was all right. He was actually okay. I mean, physically not up to it yet, but we knew that. He tried. He did make a couple of good plays. So it's fine. It was not a complete disaster.
Yeah.
If he plays next week because Pinonet's still sore, okay, I'll live with that. It's fine. Ison actually looked like he had a little energy back because I figured he already hit the rookie wall physically.
Yeah, I've actually found the discussion around Ison interesting. I think after he had his down game after the Bombers game, I think people have just continued to assume that he hasn't played well. And I mean, if I actually thought the senior guys were the ones that performed poorly tonight. I didn't think Ison was that bad.
No, true. You're right. Yeah, he actually was active in a lot of contests and knocking the ball and getting in there more than some of the older players. So, but like more energy than he's had, like continuously than the last 3 games, I think. But there's definitely something to him just not being physically up to it the last 2 or 3 games. I agree with that because it's his first time playing against men, and he looks about 15 and he has like no muscle, so it's normal.
Yeah.
But he's trying. He's figuring it out.
Yeah. Where's your head at when it comes to team selection? Are you a passionate team selection philosopher?
I don't know. I mean, yes, selection integrity, but what does that even mean? That means your opinion is the one that matches what was on the field as opposed to it doesn't. So, but also there's also balance in matchups and things like that. But right now you can't be a purist because we still got to look at some guys. You only have a few games left, and unfortunately now you got to look at them against some really tough opposition. So, if Ali Collins is in, it's because we're probably. I mean, Fraser kind of hinted at that in the presser the other day. Like we're looking at him to make sure, see if he's worth giving another contract because Akers is already contracted for next year. So we know what he can do. He's actually terrific all year, more or less, and a lot healthier and able to bounce back from contact than I expected. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we know what a lot of these guys can do, but there's still 3 or 4 guys that if they're not getting looks in the next couple of games, you got to assume that they're not gonna. So the only reason people are getting games now is because we either need to look at them or because we have no choice, and we've already decided that the other guys who haven't gotten a look are not going to get one.
Well, that's what like with Flynn Riley. Curious to see the severity of this hamstring with Pitto, but Flynn Riley had to play at some point because he's only on a 6-month deal.
He was shown enough in the 2s. You give him another year and play him in the 2. I mean, he didn't need to play a game in the seniors in order to give him another year of development. I mean, he's 210 centimeters and he can move. You can't teach that.
Yeah.
I mean, Justin Madden always said he's never going to get any shorter and he's never going to get any slower. So as long as he works on his technique, he'll be okay. He also said he's 208 centimeters except during contract years when he was 210.
Yeah.
But Riley seems legit 210. But another, give him a full year in the VFL. There's, I think he's shown enough already that we could do that without needing to play him a game in the seniors. But fine, I'm glad we saw him.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, mate, love it. On to next week. On to Collingwood. Bit of venom back in the air.
Well, hopefully the guys will want to bounce back severely and be like, that was not us. And I mean, it wasn't because you can't judge what we've been building in the system-wise with this game because it just wasn't happening. It wasn't possible with the condition. But little football brain needs to be addressed.
Well, I think just a fire starter for the midfield group for next week because they're going to have to be sharp if we're a chance to beat Collingwood.
Yeah, and we need a little more coherence in the defensive group too, because that was just Cowan watching the ball too much. I mean, I don't know. I lost count of how many times he was mesmerized by the ball and leaving his man.
Oh, there was one.
Not paying attention.
There was one passage of play. I don't know how it looked on screen, but Wilson and Cowan just miscommunicated. Neither of them went for the ball, and I think. Maybe Dylan Moore marked that ball. Can't remember, but just that's complete breakdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that happened multiple times. So I'm sure someone would say something about that.
Yeah, love it. All right, mate. Well, thanks for calling in.
The internet, I think, is telling us it's done too.
What's that?
Yeah, thanks. I don't even know what my review. I don't even know what my review is going to be. Probably just numbers. That's it.
No, mate, I look forward to
So
reading
write
it
a
every
comment
week.
on your review video.
Yeah. All right. Well, take care, my friend. Go Blues.
Very little to say.
I think we're on delay here. All right. That is David. Well, I've got Webby. Wow, Webby. Hello, mate.
Hey, Terry.
How you doing?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Can't hear you, mate.
Reload.
Hang on. I'm coming.
Oh, dear. Man, I was looking forward to spinning the wheel, giving away a prize tonight on the fan cams. Webby, yeah, click the link. I don't know why that happens with some and not others. But yes, Webby, jump in, mate. We'll get you back in. Oh wow. Okay. Who's this? It's getting to that time of the night where the little cretins start appearing, eh? All right. Just waiting for Webby to come back. I think Aiden might be calling in too. He just texted me. So much for wrapping up early. I don't mind. All right, Webby. Let's try this again.
Okay.
Can you hear me, mate?
Yes, mate. Yes, that's better.
Fantastic. Sorry, I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
know what.
Some people, it happens to some people, and
Yeah.
then it doesn't happen to others. I wish I could tell you what happened.
Yeah, no, it's good. Before we start, I got the essential, the Fev bobblehead. So
I didn't want to call it a bobblehead curse throughout the week because I didn't want to be that guy. But it's just another bobblehead. I'm just saying that it's just another bobblehead that's come out and we lose a game.
Yeah, that's okay. Like, Hawthorn's a good team, mate. They're a good team, Hawthorn.
Yeah.
I just don't think we adapted to the conditions, and I'm pretty sure Joshy Fraser alluded to that as well in his presser.
Yeah.
So that's a fair call. They especially in that first quarter, I thought they dominated the territory. But that's okay. Right. We've been up for 8 weeks now. 8 weeks. You know, like you never want to lose by 10 goals, but let's train hard and just come back next week.
Yeah.
Have another go.
A lot of people have called up tonight and said, okay, understand the loss was what it was, but do the job next week and we won't be really thinking too much about tonight.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
It really is all about Collingwood though, isn't it?
It is. It's Collingwood. There are games and there are games. And Carlton Collingwood are always built up to be like these massive games, as we know. I'll probably text you on Saturday afternoon and say, Terry, it's effing Collingwood or something like that.
Yeah, it's my
it's
tradition now. You know what? Yeah. You know why we lost this week?
Why, Terry? Tell me.
No open training.
Yeah, true.
What's that about?
Not sure. We'll be back there on next Tuesday though. I'm sure we will.
I think is it Tuesday or Wednesday?
Tuesday, the 14th.
Tuesday the 14th. Yeah, you're right. It
Yeah.
is Tuesday, open training.
Yeah. Do we know what happened to George? Like, I was there at the ground the same as you. Like, I know he's hurt his back, but do we know how bad it is? Or
Well, Chera in his 3AW cross from the rooms said back spasm.
back spasm? Okay, yeah,
So
right. I did hear.
I think that's a concern in the sense of that's a couple of weeks. That's my initial reaction. If he's had a back spasm and he's hasn't even made it through the first quarter, I'm concerned about.
Is that
whether
when
he's
it
gonna be
happened? Was
playing.
it the first quarter?
Apparently, yeah. I'm like you. I was at the game, but a few people that were
Yeah.
tuning in called in tonight and mentioned that that's what they said on the broadcast. And then Chera mentioned it in his interview that he mentioned the word. He said back. He said I think it was a back spasm, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But like they're pretty much briefed on what to say before they do any of these media interviews. So he wouldn't have said
Yeah.
back spasm if it wasn't.
Yep. Okay. All right. So yeah, we'll just see how he goes, and I'm sure they'll look after him during the week, and we'll just see where it lands on Thursday, I suppose.
Yeah.
But this game against Hawthorn isn't the game to be throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Like it
That's
was a
next week.
shitful. It was a shitful performance. Okay, fine, but this isn't the type of game where you blow the joint up. You know, like we got beat. That's it.
Do you think it's because we've seen the depths of how bad it was earlier this year? Maybe we're able to deal with it a bit better tonight? Or do you think it's because we won 7 in a row? And I mean, we haven't done a losing fan cams for 2 months.
Yeah. I have been watching tonight, and everyone's been pretty measured from what I'm seeing, which is, are we growing as a supporter base? Like you said before, I think.
I hope so. I hope so. I think it is a good sign.
We'll be okay. I think Iceland needs a break.
What makes
I've
you
been
think
saying
that?
that for a couple of weeks now. I would like to see that happen.
As in, do you what's his baseline for you that he has to tick this, and this off in order to keep playing? Like, what are you looking for from him?
He just needs to be tired.
Okay.
He's also got, or he has had a bit of strapping around one of his knees as well. I've picked up on. So I don't know if he's battling there a little bit with that. But you got Zachy Williams sitting there. You got Fogarty if you want to go to Fog.
Well, I'll tell you who needs to put in a performance tomorrow, and that's Ashton Moyer.
Yeah.
Because there's a spot if he just he could take a spot tomorrow with a really strong performance.
Aston Moyer is one of my most frustrating footballers at our club. He's got all this talent, I think.
Yeah.
He just doesn't show it consistently enough.
Yeah.
So I want him to pull his finger out, yeah.
Play well tomorrow. Get a spot in the team next week.
Is it Box Hill tomorrow?
Box Hill at Box Hill. Mind you, they're third on the VFL
Yeah, right.
ladder, so it's a good team.
Okay.
A good program as well. So, yeah.
We'll be okay.
We'll be right, mate.
We'll be okay.
Let's just get through next week and see where things land.
Yeah. Like, there's 6 games to go, and if we're good enough, Terry. If not, we're not. That's it.
You know what I think it is? I think we are under no illusions as to where we're at.
100%. 100%. Anyone who thinks we've just become this top 4 team overnight, no. There's still a long way to go, and Hawthorn showed us tonight how far away we really are. It's a bit of a reality check in my eyes, which is fine. We'll just get to work. We'll get to work.
Wow.
We'll be okay.
I love it. Webby, I'll see you. Will I see you at training on Tuesday?
Possibly. Maybe.
All
I'll
right.
try and get there. I'll
All
try
right.
and get there.
Well, I might see you there. Otherwise, I'll see you in the DMs when you're telling me it's fucking Collingwood week.
Okay, mate. Have a good
All
night.
right, mate. See ya.
See you.
All right. I think that's us. This is growth. Guys, this is growth. I just want to put it out there. 10-goal loss. This would usually be, 3 a.m., 2:30 in the morning. Nah, we're going to bed. It's 1 a.m. What are we doing? We know what happened. Thank you very much for tuning in. Alana, no, it's open training. The club will post something about it, and you can register to get there. But I think it's 9:30, doors open, 9:45 training starts. But yeah, keep a lookout on socials, and you'll see something there. All right. Good night, everyone. See you in the morning. Review will get done. We'll get it up, and we'll process this one, and then we'll do the ratings, BA show, and just get stuck right into Collingwood week. Well done. Go Blues.